And we are live, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jen on Air Talk to Her. Hello, hello. It's been a long time. I'm so excited to be back. Come on in, everybody. Join us today for Jen on Air Season 2 already. Who would have thought that we're coming back? Yes. Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Jen on Air. We decided that we wanted to continue what we started last year during COVID time. It was pretty much our COVID baby, I would say, that came out of last year, although the real COVID baby is still in my belly. Not too long anymore. Yes, Jen on Air. What is Jen on Air? Why Jen on Air? Jen on Air is a platform where we encourage and inspire people to follow their dreams and believe in themselves and really go for what they want in their lives. And our guests that we're having here on the show are really a good example of how to do that. And most of our guests are actors and models, entrepreneurs, life coaches, people who have really changed their life and are following their dream and are living their dream. So what can be more inspiring really than watching these people and seeing how they did it? It might inspire some of us to also just take a step and pursue our dreams. So I'm super excited today with our entertainment format. We are having rotating formats on Jen on Air. For all of you who don't know about that yet, we have an entertainment format, we have a coaching format, and we will also have some kids on here, some cool kids. That will be a lot of fun. It's one of my favorites. And today we're starting off with our entertainment format, and that's why we're having some actors for you today and some people who are actually working in the industry and have been working for a long time. Just like my first guest, actually, he's been working in the entertainment industry for over 15 years. And yes, it's possible, guys. You can actually just really make a living here. And I'm very excited to introduce him. He is, let me see what I have on my fancy card here. He is an actor, he's a producer, and he's also a long time stand-in. Like, he's been a stand-in on one really big show for a long time, for I believe 5 years now. So he will tell us more about that. I'm curious to hear about his experience on set. And ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. Hans Hernke. Let me get you out. And 3, 2, 1, you are on.
Hello, hello. Good
Hello,
morning.
Hans.
Hi, Jenna. Thanks for having me on.
Hi, I'm so excited. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show with me. I love your t-shirt.
Oh, thank you. Mickey Mouse.
Yes, definitely. You're definitely working in the entertainment industry. That's a sign.
Yes. It's been, it's nice to get back into it and see things progressing as the COVID stuff is going behind us from last year, because the world and the industry has definitely changed since then. But it makes me happy to see productions out there filming and, doing the protocols. So it's nice to see people back to work again in the industry.
I know. I mean, it was really like quiet for months. There was nothing going on for months. So what did you do within that time frame?
Well, I'll go back to March 2020. I remember the day that everything shut down was March 13th, and I was working on Animal Kingdom, and that whole week just felt really weird. Something was very off. the vibe on set was very weird, and I could feel people's. I'm a very empathetic person. I could feel people's anxiety. I felt panic, and the day that they announced that they were shutting down, that's
Mhm.
when it really just it really got to me. And they said, "Oh, it's gonna be 2 weeks. Just think of it as like a Christmas vacation. We'll be back in 2 weeks." Well, two
That's what
weeks.
I thought too. I was kind of laughing about the whole thing. I was like, "Oh, come on!" Everybody's
Yeah,
making like a big deal out of it. But I remember also working in that week, that last week. I had like 4 jobs, I think, and
yeah,
that's when I started putting on these masks and distancing on set already. And I thought that's so strange, that people do that now.
yeah.
But then yeah, you're right. It was that day when everything just completely stopped.
Yeah, it's like the mentality was, all right, well, we'll just lay low for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks turned into a month, then a month turned into 2 or 3 months, and then it turned into 6 months, and finally we came back in September, and it was great to be back. And during that whole time when we were shut down, I had to keep my mind occupied because us creative people, we have to keep our gears going. Um, I decided to help my friend Shannon out, who's got a little baby named Dallas. So she was going out doing Uber and Instacart and things like that, and I said I'll watch Dallas. So I love babies. I got that from my mom because
Um,
um, she was a midwife. So I said I'll watch the little guy. So I watched him almost every single day, and that kept my sanity in place, so to speak. And I made fun videos with him. I got to do like fun little interviews with him, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And then I was able to shoot 2 feature length movies during the shutdown as well. Oh, no, sorry, three of them.
Okay, yeah,
One
talking
of
about movies, I really saw that you're like all over the place. You're like probably the most working actor I know here. Like, and also you're really just having so many things lined up all the time next to your stand-in job, which is kind of a fixed position, right? Because you're the like the stand-in on Animal Kingdom, the show,
yeah,
for the lead actor.
yeah, for Finn Cole.
So
So what's up?
which means you have to be all there all the time, basically, when they're shooting a new season. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, and before everything happened last year, it was, you come in the day that your actor would work, and then, you'd wrap and go home, or you would stand in for another actor that was working that day. So you'd be utility. But after all the stuff that happened, they had us come in every single day. And no matter if your character was working, you'd be there, for 6 hours or 8 hours, and you get paid. But they wanted you to stay in the bubble, so to speak. Like they didn't want you going off to another show because each show has different COVID protocols. So they wanted you to stick with their show. I do a lot of catering too, so I wasn't allowed to go to any events, do any banquets or anything. So I had to put all
You
that
do
on
that.
hold.
You do that also. You do catering as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Oh,
nice little thing.
totally.
Nothing's going on. I can pick
Guys,
up.
this is really the living the dream, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that what it is? Like everybody's an actor and everybody's involved in really cool projects, but on the side, everybody has like a catering job or it was like babysitting or.
yep, yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can do what you want to do, right? I mean, you can be an actor. And did you always want to be an actor? Was it always a thing since you were little?
No, I wanted to be a cheesemaker like my dad.
A cheesemaker.
Yeah.
Oh my God, cheese! I'm craving cheese so much these days. Like, I'm pregnant. You can't talk about cheese right now.
Must be
That's too much.
the little one, right? The little one's craving some cheese.
Yeah, it must be him definitely. Because usually I don't. So,
Yeah.
but that's cool. So what happened with that? You just said no, that's not for me.
Well, it kind of pivoted to my parents moved us to Florida in 1994. My dad sold his company with his brothers to Sargento Cheese. Does that name sound familiar, Sargento?
Well, I'm from Austria, you know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't really know that.
Sargento's a big Wisconsin name, but I mean their brands are all over the place. And
Okay.
Sargento bought my dad's company out, And I was like, Dad, I wanted to be a cheesemaker. I wanted to work in the plant and stuff. And I guess there was different plans. So my parents got to be missionaries for Campus Crusade for Christ. They moved down to Orlando, and that's where I went to high school, and that's where I discovered my passion for acting. Everybody in school was always telling me, "Dude, you're so over dramatic. You're over the top sometimes. You need to be an actor." And even my teachers are saying, "You need to sign up and get in drama class." I said, "Okay."
Awesome. I like when people say, like to me, I heard a lot, don't put on a show. And now we have Jen on air,
That's right. There you go.
right?
Yeah.
So it's good because through other people, sometimes you get to know yourself a little bit better, and you can start using it to your advantage
Yeah.
and see it as a strength that you're
Yep.
over dramatic, and now you make money with it.
Yeah. I took their advice, went running with it, and just started doing plays. And then I got an agent, and then my agent was sending me out for a lot of things. And my school, I went to a private school called the Masters Academy in Oviedo, Florida.
Okay.
And I'm really, really grateful that I went to that school because they let me go out and do auditions and let me go to film shoots and stuff. At first, they were really hesitant because they thought, "Are you going to a job?" And I said, "Well, yes, I am." And they said, "Well, we can't let you go to a job when you're in school." I said, "No, no. This job is going to help me in the future when I'm out of school. I really need to do this. This is what I want to do." And they
Mhm.
said, "All right, we'll make you a deal. Keep good grades. You can go on your auditions. You can skip a day of school to go on if you get booked on a shoot. But if you get one bad grade, you have to tell your agent you can't go out until that grade goes back up." And I said, "Deal." So there were times where I did get a bad grade,
Oh
and it was
no.
always math because I suck at math. But I get it back up in school. Like, I'm so grateful to my parents for letting me go to that school, and just everybody at that school, the teachers, the staff, the students, they were all really supportive of what I was doing, and they believed in what I was doing. And because
That's
of that,
amazing.
I'm here where I am today. So
Yeah,
I
but
thank all of
also,
them.
do you think that it has to do with you believing in it a lot? And if you do something that you really believe in, then everybody else starts following that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds like because you just knew what you wanted to do, and you would have done it anyways, probably even without support, right? So,
Yes. Yes. I went out there. I would go out there and do it. And it's, yeah, I just felt this is what I wanted to do. And, you know, when an actor first starts out, they have this dream of, I want to be really, really big in Hollywood and I want to make lots of money. I want to live in a mansion and stuff. But then when you come out here, you start to realize that that's not really how it works. And a lot of people give up on that, and they go home and they go back to what they were doing. With me, I had a game plan when I moved out here in 2002. Like, this is what I'm going to do. If I'm not acting, I'm going to try to find something else in the industry that's going to keep me going just to stay in the industry. So I got into being a
just
casting associate. Hmm.
just for the love of it, right? So it's more about, I think the problem is that all these expectations, they can actually take away all your motivation. So it's not so much about reaching this certain goal of having a mansion or like being famous or something. It's maybe more about creating a life that you enjoy every day here,
Yeah,
even if you're not there, right? So otherwise, like everybody gets depressed. Like if you're expecting this, or if you're measuring your success on that, so it's cool that you just wanted to be here. You didn't really care like what position that would be, just as long as you could work in the entertainment industry.
exactly. Yeah, and I did central casting. I did all the background stuff, and that kept me busy all week long. But I was able to network and meet people, and it just gave me flexibility. It's like if I want to take a couple of days off to develop something, or if I was booked on another project, I could do that. So yeah, it's you got to find the balance to work everything out, um, how you want it to go.
Yeah,
But it's,
definitely. And I've been checking out your IMDb, and I saw that you've been just working so much. You were part of so many productions, and most of them I noticed are like horror movies or like something like that. Up that alley, there were like photos on where you're like laying on a table or something, and I was like, oh my god, what's happening to you? But I saw that all the, like most of the titles actually of the shows that you were part of are horror movies, and
Hmm.
maybe we can see some material, um, some of your things you did. Let me see. Just so inspiring, it's so inspiring to see, and it must be so much fun. I mean, I enjoy really playing creatures a lot. Yeah, cool. Our audience was seeing what I was just talking about.
Cool.
So, yeah, I mean, I enjoy playing creatures a lot, and I had actually the most fun with these shows where I had to play a zombie, or was it where I was a vampire, and I could really just be ugly too. Like it's not about how you look; it's more about having fun and trying things. Would you
Yeah.
agree?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then putting all that makeup, and you also learn too that there's a lot of patience that comes with that, um, application process too. Like
Yeah.
I've been in the makeup chair for a couple hours, and you fall asleep, which is nice, but it makes you aware of how hard the makeup artists are working to put this stuff on your face. And if like I have very sensitive eyes, so when they do any work like around here, my eye starts fluttering.
Okay.
So I understand good at how they envision it. So yeah.
Yeah. I also know that some people are allergic actually to all the to like is it latex that they with prosthetics. So
Yeah.
sometimes if you're like playing really a creature and you can't even see your own face anymore, then you have a lot of plastic stuck to your face, and that can irritate your skin a lot too.
Yeah. And I do know a really cool trick to get
Really? We
that
want to
kind of
hear
stuff off
that.
your face.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah, we want to hear that. What's the trick?
Um, well, like sometimes you get all that plastic still that's really hard to peel off, and you'll like fake blood and any other makeup that just really seems very hard to scrub off. What I do is I throw hot water on my face, and then I put
Or
shaving cream. I put shaving cream all over my face, wherever all that stuff was applied, and I let it sit there for 5 minutes. And the shaving cream works, and it gets all that gunk out of your skin,
oh
and you
wow.
wash. Yep, it works every time.
Wow, how long did it take you to figure that out?
Um, well,
What?
a makeup artist that was putting some fake blood on me. She's like, "You want to know a really cool trick to get all that stuff off? Just put shaving cream, let it sit there for 5 minutes, and then it'll rinse it off, and it'll be gone." So
Okay.
I did that after I did my shoot, and sure enough, all that makeup just washed off, and my face looked great after that. There's shaving cream.
Amazing. I wonder, like some people tell you things like that and others don't. And then you have to figure it out yourself and you go home with all these like pieces of plastic on your face. So yeah, but that's cool.
Yeah.
So what would you say, Hans, is your favorite genre?
Well, I definitely like the horror, the paranormal movies, and I'm also starting to get into drama stuff as well, like like thrillers and psychological thrillers. And my most latest one was Todd, and that character was like something I've never played before. He was very hard to play, and
Okay. I think
that was
do we actually have a photo of that? I think we had some material of that, or like a trailer. We had a trailer link of Todd. So yeah, we're actually dropping it. It is already in our comments below. So everybody who wants to check out that trailer and see Hans act in the movie Todd, click on it. But not right now, because we want to keep you here with us. You can watch it later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So you're expanding. So what's your goal basically from now on? I mean, now that we're back into working, like what are you working on, and where do you see yourself going with all this?
Well, I after Animal Kingdom was done, it was a nice run for 5 years. I knew I was going back to a job every year, and it would last me for about 6 months. But now I don't have that uncertainty, so uh, or I don't have that certainty anymore. And now it's just I'm trying to find things to bounce around on and try to find little things to keep my creativity occupied. And I have a couple features that are going on. One of them is shooting in the UK next year. I don't know if I'm going over there yet. I might be doing all of my stuff here, like I did a few weeks ago for the same guy. His name is Chris Sanders. I was not able to go over the UK earlier when he shot the film because of the COVID reasons, and I was still in Animal Kingdom, and then they would not let me go anywhere.
Yeah, well,
So
hopefully by next year things will be back to normal, to more normal, where we can
yeah,
travel easier. And I also saw there's another movie coming up that shoots somewhere in the, is it in the Caribbean?
oh yeah, the Bermuda Island. That's
Bermuda Island.
yeah, that's like Lost meets Lord of the Flies type of movie, and shooting on an airplane. It's gonna be fun. I've always wanted to do something involving an airplane, and that's another thing I can check off my bucket list. And I play a air marshal that's kind of keeping control of the plane. There's a unruly passenger on board, and yeah, some action ensues before things start to go really, really bad on the plane. And we're filming
Okay.
that in Anaheim. There's a whole airplane set in Anaheim that we're going to be filming at, and that's another horror movie.
Amazing.
um, but yeah, like how people ask me, how do you get all these roles in these movies?
Yeah, I asked you that
And
too.
my my method is basically I want to help the production out in any way I can. In exchange, I love to get a role on
Oh,
something. If it's either like producing, putting stuff together, help raise money, investing, any of that, I said, well, in exchange, I want to get a role in the film and I want some sort of
mhm.
producer credit. And that's how I've been able to get a lot of these movie roles. And that's how I've been able to develop all these relationships with the people that I know now, like Chris
Mhm.
Sanders, Steven Smith, who put me on all the haunted movies. I remember talking to him a long time ago when AOL Messenger was a thing, and I said I want to come over to the UK and work on one of your ghost movies, and he said, "Yeah, we'll get you over here sometime." And then all of a sudden, I started coming over there like 3 or 4 times to do different films with him because of that relationship that I built with him, and I was able to help him get money for his movies and stuff. So
Wow, well, so
all about
important.
relationships.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
thanks so much for sharing that, because this is really so important that you keep going and keep creating your own projects and connecting with people, and just for the love of it, right? Sometimes we
Yeah.
think we want to be actors, and then we see ourselves only in these glamorous positions, and having our own van on set, and like our Star Truck and all these things. And then it's really
Yeah.
about, just if you really want to be an actor, you can still be an actor, and do it every day and work on smaller projects, build your resume, get footage, a lot of footage, a lot of experience, meet the people that will cast you in the future, in your movies. So I think it's amazing. And that's a really good message for everybody out there. Don't wait for the jobs to come to you, and don't wait for your agents to give you the top jobs. I mean, it's good to go for that too, but at the same
Yeah.
time, to stay active, doing stuff all the time.
Exactly, and that's that's how I found Chris Sanders. I was scrolling on Facebook, and I saw he was doing a film called Nest of Vampires, and it was in the UK. And I said, "Oh, I got to reach out to him. I have a passport. I can go over there." And I just started talking to him, and he's like, "Here, I'll send you the script. I want you to read for the villain, the bad guy in the movie." And I said, "Okay." So I read the whole script, and he said, "Let's do like a FaceTime or a Facebook video audition." So he and I arranged that, and he's like, "All right, I want you just to read that character's lines." And I said, "Are you going to be reading opposite?" He's like, "No, just read his lines." And I said, "Okay, that's different, because normally I like to play off the other person that's reading with me." So I did it twice for him, and he's like, "You got the part." So
Awesome. Wow.
are you in? I said, "Of course I'm in." And then he saw all my experience as a producer, and then he asked me, "Hey, would you want to help me produce this as well?" And I said, "Absolutely, let's do it." And that became a collaborative effort. And me and him are really good friends now. We built a relationship, and now he wants me to keep producing and helping him with these other movies. And he always has a role for me in his next films.
Amazing. Well, that's so
Yeah.
cool. It's so inspiring too. And this is how you can really make a living as an actor here. And now, especially that things are getting back to production. So yeah, Hans, thank you so much for being a guest here and sharing your experience and how you got into all this. And thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jenna. It was good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Finally, we made it happen, right?
That's right.
In season 2.
Awesome. Yeah, anytime you want me to come back on, I'll come back on.
Sounds good. Guys, check out Hans's Instagram. We have it down below. It's running by here. Hans Hernke. Am I saying Hans right, actually? It's such a German name. I feel like I would just want to say Hans Hernke, because that's really the German version of your name.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so it's Hans Hernke, guys.
YouTube
Yeah.
channel. Got a YouTube channel. Keep
You
putting
can
stuff
find
out
him
on there.
on YouTube. It's already below in the comments under this video. We posted that already. IMDb, you can find him on IMDb as well. So check him out. Reach out to him if you have a project also, if you need some help, or if you have a role for him, so he can keep going with what he's doing.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome, Hans. I'll see you next time.
All right. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And
Okay,
congratulations
thanks. You too.
on your baby coming up too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, soon. Okay, Hans. Bye.
Bye. Thank you again.
That's so inspiring. I love people who are so like self-made, who are just going for it just because it's really their passion. You know, they're not expecting too much, and who knows where it leads. I think we never really know where it leads. We just need to keep going.